Okay. It's like babysitting a fucking 5-year-old. My God.
So here's our vlog. Here's vlog number 2.
I'm Shinterra.
I'm Shinx.
No, you're asshole.
Okay.
You just accepted that so well.
I just got in my notes.
I'm amazed he doesn't have better swallowing skills. This vlog was recommended by Jeremiah Scott. Stop with the goddamn graphics! It is best and worst designs, but we're gonna go through each generation. At least I am. I don't give a shit if he does. And at the end of the video, we're making an announcement about something. So you can start with Gen 1.
Gen 1, I personally have always hated Dragonite. Shiny, normal, everything.
God, shiny Dragonite's such a piece of shit.
I like Dragonair. Dragonair's awesome. Like, you would have expected that to turn into, like, a giant fucking serpent. Like Gyarados, which evolves from a carp. So, what happened? I personally love Dragonair, but I hate Dragonite. It's just bad.
I can tolerate Dragonite. I just really don't like shiny Dragonite.
Fair enough.
Like, green's my favorite color, but shiny Dragonite, I'm a potato.
Voltorb and Electrode bug me, because literally it's like, I guess you can make sense that Voltorb be a Pokemon, but there's no reason it should have ever evolved, because that means like they literally turned it upside down. Like, why didn't it just do that to begin with?
I feel like if they were going to evolve it, they should have done something more than just flip it over.
Like have it be like Ditto and have it like, where it kind of can mimic one Pokemon from the other person's party. Won't happen because Electrode exists. So,
Don't be a hater.
Mew's adorable, but I never had one until this gen, which was a shiny 6IV one, which was no doubt hacked.
You fucking think?
And Mew, I've actually, Pokemon confession, I've never had a Mewtwo.
We're sitting on the table in my kitchen. I just pushed him off for that. Alright, my turn, I guess. The worst design from Gen 1 that I thought was either Dugtrio or Beedrill. Dugtrio because it looks like a bondage dildo. And Beedrill because I have a terrifying phobia of bees, wasps, or anything that flies with a stinger. So
That's why you wanted Siri to die in the Nuzlocke.
yeah, I hate them all. If Pokemon were real and I got encountered by a Beedrill, I would take a knife out of my pocket and slit my throat. I hate bees. Do you have any idea how terrifying that would be to get chased around by a 4-foot wasp?
This is the same world where you're running around with a fire-breathing dragon at the age of 8.
But I'm 20. So by that logic, I mowed 2 fire-breathing dragons.
Yeah, but then there'd be people like Jinx just hanging
You would be a Jinx. And yes, that was a black joke for everybody looking. Personally, my favorite design from my favorite design from Gen 1 was Nidoking, just because it's fucking awesome, and it's blue when it's shiny, and it looks really cool.
Nidoking is pretty cool. Nidoqueen is weird, but wasn't there a while where like they couldn't actually breed with each other? Like there's like
I think
Nidoran.
Stop with the fucking graphics. No, I think the preforms can't breed, but I think
The finals can, or maybe it's only the preforms can, and the
it's one of the two. I don't feel like looking it up right now.
yeah.
But excuse me.
Absolute. I really always thought Weeping Bell and Victory Bell and Bellsprout were the derpiest things in the world. Like,
Yeah.
if their Pokemon cries, you should have the guy recording going, "Duh!" Like that would have been that would have been better than like the random pixelated noise, which it is now, which sounds like every other thing. Because literally, they're a mouth, and it's just ridiculous. All right, we should move to Gen 2.
Yeah. We'll do another.
On the topic of Gen 1,
God.
I never knew Horsey was a Gen 1 Pokemon until recently.
How? How do you not know
I thought
that?
it was Gen 2. I had no idea. Alright, now on to actual Gen 2.
So I'm filling the new role of Friends. If anyone watching this is interested. All right, I'll start with Gen 2 because you did Gen 1.
Okay.
We'll just rotate like that. Gen 2, I hate Espeon. Hate it. I hate the shiny form. I hate the regular form. It bugs the shit out of me. That is my least favorite evolution. I think it is the stupidest looking Pokemon from Gen 2 over Delibird.
Delibird's weird. Like, they could have given it one more move and it would have been better.
It's got a pretty deep move pool now.
Okay, it isn't just present anymore?
No, it's got like Spikes, Aerial Ace, Ice Punch, Ice Shard.
Okay, now it's decent, so I can't even complain about Delibird.
So yeah.
The mind fuck it is when you realize that the bag it's holding is its tail.
Yeah, right? You should edit that meme into this. Or that, not a meme, that picture.
Yeah.
Because if you look at it in the X and Y Pokedex, and you change the view from, I think, to the bottom, you can see it holding its fucking tail. It's like, no, you're not Santa Claus.
Yeah, there's a bunch of... Okay, I didn't bring this up, but Lickitung. What the fuck is up with that?
It's a porn star.
Miley Cyrus. But, it's like... Basically the same thing. But, so... No, what is it? Is it a lizard? Is it like it's a really, really fat Jimbo lizard?
No one watching this is going to understand that reference.
Except for, like, maybe one person.
It's a guy we used to work with.
He doesn't have teeth.
Anyways, I'm still going on Gen 2. The Chikorita line. We all know how I feel about it. We all know why I don't like it. I think Chikorita looks like a squash that mutated. And I hate them all. However, for the best, Gen 2 introduced my all-time favorite Pokemon, which is Heracross. Oh, you're Torterra, not Heracross. Yeah, Heracross is all-time favorite. Ariados, Scizor, and Houndoom make the list from best for Gen 2. I was pretty fond of the bugs from that generation.
Yeah. Except for Letty Lad.
Letty Lad?
Yeah, Letty Lad.
Letty Ba and Letty On.
Oh, shit.
Letty Bad? Letty Bad?
Letty Lad? What the hell?
Letty Lad?
That's like a donut brand. So...
It's like Lard Lad from The Simpsons.
Exactly.
Was that the name of the shop? I think it was the name of the donut shop in The Simpsons.
I think so, yeah. But, I wasn't really fond. I was really hoping Letty Bat would evolve into something new, but, like, that's actually interesting.
What's a ladybug going to evolve into that's different?
I wasn't expecting a fucking child Power Ranger.
Hey, I'm wearing a Power Rangers hoodie.
I'm pretty sure they can see this.
It was directed for you, asshole.
I know, but I wasn't expecting a little Power Ranger. It's like this big, and it flies around, and it's really obnoxious.
It's a decent screen setup. That is, if you're into competitive battling.
Yeah. I also really love Houndour and Houndoom, which I didn't get until Gen 5. Yeah. In which case, Jimmy traded it to me.
Of course he did.
Okay, what else is even in Gen 2? Like, that's of all the gens, I keep least amount of track on Gen 2.
Oh god, Gen 2 was my favorite.
Gen 1, I've played Leaf Green, and Leaf Green Fire Red, and I have Blue. And then I played all the way through Gen 3, played all the way through Gen 4, played all the way through Gen 5, and up to Gen 6, I played all the way through. Gen 2, I got Heart Gold and Soul Silver, and then I instantly got Black and White, and I started playing that, so I instantly dropped out of playing that.
You need to take a break from X and go back to Gen 2.
But on the topic of that, I almost always pick the water starter, so I always love Totodile, and then Crocodile.
He's an adorable little shit.
Yeah.
You could bite your face off and then start dancing and you'd want to hug him.
Mm-hmm.
Not that you could see it if your face is bit off. But.
Well, it's the face, not the eyes. So then there's Crocodile, but then there's one thing that's always bugged me about for Alligator is the fact that there's no detail here at all. Like, it's just blue. It's just that solid color. Like,
it's not solid. It's got minuscule details on its chest, but
yeah, but it's surprisingly plain considering how like decorative.
Coming from Meganium?
I don't like Meganium either, but still, and I don't understand how on the topic of Typhlosion, but in 6th Gen, how none of the fire shows on any of their sprites.
I heard it'll do the fire, but you got to use a certain move in battle with it. I think it was either like Flamethrower or Eruption.
Because right now they look like fetuses, and it's weird.
So does Nicholas. We're not on Gen 5 yet. We're on Gen 2.
Gen 3. I personally...
Don't you steal my... I made a list, because I made a list, and he ain't allowed to look.
Alright, so...
Use your own opinions, dick.
Alright, so Gen 3 was my first generation I played, so I have like a special spot, but the fact that I realized that I really like the gameplay of it, but then again, I realized I like the gameplay of all of them except for Gen 4.
Which we'll get to.
Yeah. But Gen 3 introduced a couple of my favorite Pokemon. My first Pokemon ever was a Mudkip.
If you say Nose Pass, I'm going to break your nose.
Yeah, what? I don't like Nose Pass.
Okay, good.
The fucking Mario brick.
See, I would take Nose Pass over Probopass.
Probopass is the nose brick.
Again, Gen 4, we'll get there.
But then there is, like, I got my first Pokemon, which is Mudkip, which I've realized, like, I like using sometimes, but
You like?
Alright, so, but then I very rarely ended up using it after I transferred it up to the other games. But then,
For good reason.
did my other playthrough when I got Emerald, and I ended up practically soloing the game with my first Pokemon I caught, which was a Ralts. Which everyone's saying how it's so difficult to find a Ralts and everything, and that was my first Pokemon.
You have such a boner for Gardevoir.
No. So, I get Gardevoir and Sableye, and I went through the whole game with that.
Fun fact about Sableye. It's got, on its back, it's got a ruby, a sapphire, and emerald to... That's what those gems are. Huh. It's a ruby, a sapphire, and emerald to, like, display what generation it came from.
I did not see that coming. Oh, wow. That's surprisingly more detail than I thought they put into it. Like, I really like Sableye, but
you know why I know that? Because I was watching Jay Witz at work.
Of course you are. He works as a rent-a-cop.
I'm a rent-a-cop, and I get paid to do nothing. So
That's just more than I do. As a cook.
Hey, I did my time with you. I don't want to hear it.
Well, you're coming back sometime.
Maybe. Especially after what I told you yesterday.
Yeah, that's pretty funny, actually. Off topic of that. So,
yeah, sorry.
Gen 3, I've realized that has one of the best Pokemon pools of one of the gens, in my opinion. But I don't see the necessity in making a remake of it. They don't need to make a rumbling Ruby and Silver Sapphire, whatever the fuck you were coming up with. But they don't need to make a remake like they did with Red, Blue, Silver, all of them. They don't really need a remake because it's still pretty recent. So,
it's like... Oh, what the fuck here?
It's like 8 years ago. It was made
it was
made in 2004, I think?
No. It's older than that.
Is that?
I think it's like 12 years old. I think. No, wait. Because Kanto came out in 98.
It was made in like 2004. That's 10 years ago still.
I think it was in 2002.
Okay, well, needless to say, it was a while ago. But they still really don't need a new rehash of it because it actually has all the color and everything that the other games lacked. So, like...
Johto was color, but you didn't play it.
Alright, so, but then there's, a lot of really cool Pokemon that have just been integrated into, like, Gen 6 and everything like that. Like, Camerupt, which, like, no one gives any love to at all. Numel, Camerupt. I don't even know what the hell... Oh, but they introduced Love-Disc. Loved it.
The only thing that's good for is heart scales.
Yeah, it's horrible. Like, how the fuck does that thing even move? It doesn't have fins, or gills, or a tail, or
that
anything.
You can see.
What, is it inside of it and it moves with the power of love? No.
Why are we friends? Alright, my turn, because I'm sick of listening to you talk. Just because you're giving Gen 3 so much love. I hate Gen 3. I hope they never remake it. But if they do, I'm going to have to buy it because I've bought all of them so far. The best thing to come out of Gen 3, in my opinion, was the Beldum line, because Metagross is beautiful, especially shiny. Corphish and Crawdaunt, because it's like the Rock Lobster.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't catch it. E-Rock Lobster? I'm not proud of that. Sharpedo?
Pretty kick-ass. What should have evolved in the Garchomp, in my opinion. Look at it.
No, how? It goes from...
Look at its fucking face.
Okay, but it goes from a fucking shark in the ocean to a land shark with arms and legs.
Evolution.
No!
Legitimate evolution.
It ain't gonna... Alright, Darwin. Cacturn, because it's like something straight out of a horror movie. It's a...
Cactus.
It's like a cactus scarecrow. I couldn't think of the word scarecrow.
The scarecrow?
Listen, we're getting off topic. It's like a horror movie cactus scarecrow. And when I first saw it and I read his Pokedex entry, which scared the living fuck out of me. Aggron, because I have a thing for big bulky Pokemon, because I'm big and fat, so I can kind of connect. Thank you. Sableye, just because it's cute. Those are the best things from Gen 3. Everything else was shit. I hated Gen 3. Hate it.
Alright. Gen 4.
Oh, it's my turn, isn't it?
Yes.
Alright. Obviously, I liked a lot of Gen 4. It introduced some of my favorites, like the Turtwig line, the Chimchar line, which, other than Charizard, are my 2 favorite starters ever. Oh, your admin tags Torterra, you don't say. Excellent comeback there. You should all watch the Attack on Titan Abridged series, by the way. Anyways, back to the best from Gen 4. The fossils.
Cranidos?
I couldn't remember if Cranidos or Rampardos was the first one. But Cranidos is adorable, and then it evolves into like this rock dinosaur that just... your life. Mm-hmm. And Shieldon's just cute. Look at that thing and tell me it's not fucking adorable.
It's awesome.
Electivire, just because when it does Earthquake, it dances, like... And that's awesome. Have you ever seen the sprite for that?
I didn't actually. Oh, and I think Magmortar's pretty cool, too.
Yeah. I don't like that they did the Mega Man canon.
I do. That's why I like it.
I feel like...
That's the same reason I don't like... What is it? What the hell does Rhyhorn evolve into?
Rhyperior?
That's why I don't like Rhyperior.
See, Rhyperior...
It shoots Geodudes out of its hands.
See,
just like, what?
Rhyperior's on my list. For best, but I didn't write it down.
Why is Ambipom crossed out?
Because I like it as a Pokemon, but I don't like its design. I think its design's a little weird.
It is really weird.
Anyways, I'm not done with my list, dick. Alright. Gen 4 also introduced my 3 favorite legendaries. 3 of my 5 favorites. Regigigas, because that thing will just... Regigigas, because it will just poop on you, because it's awesome. Giratina, because it's the Pokemon Devil, and that's really cool. And I have a shiny one now. I don't know if you saw my post.
I did. That's pretty awesome.
That was the best thing I've ever gotten off the GTS.
The really shitty thing is that, like...
I'm not done.
That's the one Pokemon I didn't get from the GameStop.
Right?
Like, that was the one I wanted, and I couldn't make it up there, and I was going to get it for me and you, because that's why I was bringing my black 2 and white up, and I couldn't make it for that one.
When GameStop was doing the Shiny Creation Trio giveaway, him and I went up both times to get Palkia and Dialga. And then Giratina was coming out, and I was just like, fuck it, I'm not going to the mall. This is my gas, and I'm not taking your money, so we just didn't go. And neither one of us got it. So then I got it for an Uxie off the GTS with a competitive, useful nature. Anyways, my last favorite legendary off this was Darkrai. It's my all-time second favorite, because Mewtwo, Darkrai. Because Darkrai is just really, really cool. And
It should have been Ghost. It should have been...
No!
It should have been Ghost and Dark. For Legendary. That would have been really useful.
Plus, its design's awesome.
Which is
the whole point of this, and I'm getting off topic because you're distracting me.
Okay, I'm sorry.
You should. The worst thing to come out of Gen 4 was Vespiquen. We went over this.
And Combee. Combee's bad too because of Vespiquen.
We went over this. Keep up. We went over this.
Alright, so my picks for Gen 4. My favorite Pokemon ever, Luxray. So... that was one of the first things I saw, and I was like, oh my god. Seeing as this is the second Pokemon game I ever played was Diamond, I was like, oh, well, this must mean this is so rare because it's the first one I've seen. So I used an Ultra Ball on it instantly. I don't even know where I got the Ultra Ball. And I got a Luxray, had a horrible nature, had everything, and it died in every battle I used it in.
But he's bitching about the nature, and I didn't teach him about natures and competitive battling until like 6 weeks before X and Y came out.
Yeah.
So... he's got no room to
like
bitch.
I knew about natures, but I didn't know anything about EV or competitive. I knew about EVs, but knew nothing about competitive battling.
You still don't.
Yeah.
But then there is I personally really like Empoleon.
I really like Turtwig, and I really like Chimchar. Like originally that was my first starter, and then I restarted the game because I didn't like it for whatever reason, and then I suddenly liked it. And I don't know what happened. So then there is Staraptor is my favorite bird of all the birds. That is tied with Talonflame.
Team Talonflame.
Yeah, Talonflame's fucking awesome. Staraptor should have been they should have changed it from just normal flying. They should have changed it to fighting flying, because that would have been the most...
yeah, but then Hawlucha wouldn't have been original.
Hawlucha, it looks like fucking Nacho Libre. We don't need Hawlucha.
I was talking about typing, asshole.
Yeah, but they could have easily...
kick my computer.
I didn't mean to kick your goddamn computer. Okay, so Staraptor is always there. That's fucking awesome. Really like the legendaries. Which, they're all pretty cool, except for Palkia, looks like a giant dick. And its shiny form looks pretty much the exact same. So,
I've never heard Palkia referred to as a giant dick.
It has arms and legs. It's like
a moving dildo. It's like Dugtrio with legs.
It's like a pedo bear underground, turning into a Diglett. But otherwise, I genuinely hate Gen 4's gameplay. The gameplay is ass bad. It is so bad.
The gameplay in Gen 4 was almost as bad as Gen 3.
I'm not gonna say anything about Gen 3, but Gen 4.
I hate you. I hate Gen 3.
Gen 4, it was so bad. Like I always knew I didn't like Gen 4 for some reason, and I was like, oh, it has to be the Pokemon. I look at it and I like 90% of them, and then I was like, well, it can't be that. Gook, and I was like, maybe it's the characters. Not even the characters in there. Then I end up seeing that you need to use Rock Climb, and I was like, that shouldn't be a thing. Then I saw the surfing speeds, and I wanted to off myself with Drano, and so then I decided I'm never going to transfer anything from an early gen game ever again. So
which is your huge mistake, and that's why you haven't completed the national deck yet.
Exactly. So, alright, you should go to Gen 5.
I did Gen 4.
Okay, Gen 5. Gen 5, I thought was my favorite gen when it came out, but then I ended up realizing that I actually didn't like it nearly as much as I thought I did. I like all the starters, except for Samurot's kind of odd, even though he's also...
How do you like Superior more than Samurott?
Superior looks cool. Samurott looks cool, but the fact that its arms go out like this.
It's an otter! What the fuck do you expect?
Otters have shorter legs.
Evolution!
So they're gonna have fucking Stickman legs. They're gonna be fucking Slenderman. So, okay. So off of that, I like all the starters. Another one of my favorite Pokemon, which was my first level 100, was a level 100 Chandelure, the glass cannon.
We haven't talked about design since Gen 2.
No, it's one of my favorite designs actually, because people are always like, oh, everyone's like, oh, it's a chandelier, it's so uncreative, and then I have
an ice cream cone.
I actually like Vanillite. Vanillite's adorable.
All right, so did you know that Nintendo let Nintendo America design Pokemon for Gen 5?
And that's where the fuck Spinda came from.
Spinda's Gen 3.
But yeah, that's another shitty thing to come out of Gen 3.
Okay, take a guess at who America designed.
Vanillux.
Mm-hmm. That whole line, that came from America.
Vanillite's adorable.
Not Rufflet and Braviary the America bird.
Yeah, what the fuck's up with that?
Not the America bird, but the ice cream cone. That came from America.
Which gen was Archeops?
I'm sorry.
Archeops is from this gen, isn't it?
Huh?
Archeops?
Gen 5.
We're talking about Gen 5.
We are talking about Gen 5!
So I wanted to train I wanted to train an Archeops, and then I ended up realizing that its ability to fetus it's so bad. There's no good thing about it. Like, at least most abilities have at least something to support them. Like, even, like, the most mediocre, but is so usable. Like, the mediocre one I'm referring to is Mummy. It's so usable, but it does nothing to actually benefit you in general, except for everything at the same
Are
time.
you shitting me?
Defeatist. Once you reach less than half health.
I was talking about Mummy, not Defeatist.
Yeah, but no, I mean, like, Mummy is like,
yeah.
oh, you look at it at first, you're just like, oh, this isn't useful until you like actually bring it into battle.
Mummy's like, oh, you've got a fighting type with guts and a flame orb. Now your attack's cut in half. Sucks to be you, asshole.
Exactly, but it's Defeatist is so bad. There's nothing good about it. There's no reason it should be there.
Okay, it turns it into a pretty good death fodder.
I guess it's just so bad.
That's why you gotta run Choice Band, because you can't really run Roost on it, because then you lose a slot. And
yeah.
Okay,
Yamask is pretty fucking cool too.
That's so fucked. Like, that Pokédex entry for Yamask is so fucked.
Mm-hmm.
Every time someone dies, it becomes a Yamask, and then fucking it's the face on its tail, body, chest, whatever the fuck that is the face of when it was a human.
Yeah, and then is it? How do you pronounce it? Cofragrigus?
Coffin.
The coffin Pokemon. I can't pronounce it. I can spell it.
Coffagrius? No.
Cofragigus. That's what it's gonna be called. So
Coffagrigus.
I personally really like that. Like, that's pretty fucking kick-ass. They should have made a mega of that and had
where it like opens up.
Yeah, that would have been awesome. But then have it be like...
God, we're still not talking about designs. We're bad at this.
Yeah, I know. That is cool. We're talking about what it looks like. Alright. What gen is Kraganol from? The snowflake thing?
5. That was Gen... Yeah, that was Gen 5. No,
that's horrible. Horrible.
Wait.
Horrible decision.
Wait. Yeah, Gen 5.
It's horrible.
What? It looks like one of those signs you'll see in New York City during the winter. It's like, the ball will drop in 10, 9, 8. And that's like the little lights behind it. It's just bad.
See, I could deal with Cryogonal if it didn't have like the little Indian headdress Dreamcatcher thing on the bottom of it.
Yeah.
Like if it was just the snow crystal, I could do it. But just the Dreamcatcher tape thing on the bottom of it's too much.
What gen is Frostlass and everything from?
Frostlass was Gen 4.
Okay, well I have to go back a little bit.
No, you don't.
Say,
You're done.
I hate Glalie.
Glalie was Gen 3.
Frostlass was Gen 4 then?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, Gen 3, another bad thing came out of Gen 4.
Snowrun evolved to Glalie at level 42. And Snowrun... Is it Snowrun? Yeah, Snowrun you can get in Gen 3. And then they gave it a female evolution with the Dawnstone?
I think so.
Dawnstone or Shiny Stone, one of the two. But female Snowruns evolve with that whatever fuckstone into Frostlass in Gen 4.
Yeah, I like Frostlass. I have no problem with Frostlass. I really
We're not on
really
Gen 4!
Gen 5. So, I realized that...
You missed your opportunity.
Yeah, I did. What do you have down for Gen 5?
Alright, Gen 5, I like... My last favorite legendary, because, again, keep up. Terrakion, because I like its design, because it's big, and it hits hard. Like, I don't know how many of you watched that shit movie about the Musketeer Trio. Oh my god. That movie was not their best work. Anyways, the way just Terrakion's like sized up, I could just picture myself riding it into battle. Because that'd be fucking cool. But anyway, it's Seismitoad and Crocodile are my two other favorite designs from Gen 5. Crocodile
is a badass.
Yeah. Because just it looks really cool. Like it looks like it's coming to steal your bitch. And then
if there's any Pokemon that would be black other than Jinx, it'd be Crocodile. I can say this because I'm part black. We're not racist here.
You're the one that said it. I made one joke. Half breed.
Okay, I hate I don't care. I hate Keldeo.
I wasn't done.
Keldeo looks like something out of My Little Pony.
Fuck you up.
I hate it.
Again, back to that shit movie. Keldeo's voice was just ear ripping.
Better was it better or worse than Mewtwo in the newest movie?
I would take Keldeo over the female Mewtwo.
Yeah, I don't understand what the hell happened there. But back to the
anyways, Seismitoad just looks really cool. Like I feel like if they ever were gonna do sound to type, it would be Seismitoad, just because the shit on its back looks like it could explode and just burst your eardrum. Like it makes more sense before I say it out loud.
No, I can agree with that. That'd be pretty cool if they made a sound Pokemon, because they could make it. There's actually several Pokemon that can make that type.
If they were gonna, yeah, but Noivern was there like we're not doing sound.
Yeah, that sucks.
As soon as they released Noivern's design and they were like it's typing, it's like sound's not a thing.
That sucks. They could have made Exploud, Noivern, or maybe just like a sense Pokemon in general that are like just the senses. Because I think then Probopass could actually have something.
Smell.
You still hate it.
Anyways, the worst from Gen 5, Fungus and Amoonguss.
Yeah. And Keldeo.
Never should have seen the light of day. Never.
And Keldeo. Keldeo is my addition to that.
I can tolerate Keldeo. I can tolerate regular Keldeo. Resolute Keldeo, where it gets like the little streamer thing on its horn. Not doing it for me.
Keldeo doesn't do anything.
Well, it's a pretty good mixed attacker. Again, competitive battling.
It's just done. Just done.
Alright, you can do Gen 6 now.
Gen 6. I actually think this is probably like, if they were to stop making Pokemon games, which I hope they don't for a while until they're actually 100% out of
My
ideas.
prediction is 12 gens.
Alright. So, I personally really like Gen 6, where if this was going to be their last game, I think it would be a good wrap-up, because they end up introducing everything from the first gen back in and incorporating it into the main game, while tying everything together, while having the decks actually be just a mix of all the other gens, while making
like every national deck since Johto.
Wow.
But like what I'm saying is that this gen is it's a really solid gen where there's some Pokemon that just suck, but I can't...
like Aromatisse and Swirlix.
Oh, Slurpuff's the derpiest thing, but it's
Was Slurpuff the final form of that?
Slurpuff is
that's what I was going
the
for.
little cotton candy one.
The final form. Whatever they...
Always drum play rough.
Ugh.
And get anything. As long as it doesn't get killed in one hit, it's got everything.
Those are my 2 least favorite designs from Gen 5.
Yeah, they definitely shouldn't. Aromatisse never should. That thing should have, like...
I would take Aromatisse over Slurpuff.
No, I would take Slurpuff over Aromatisse.
Yeah, well, you're wrong.
It looks like a fucking... What is it? One of those dancers. Burlesque dancer. And I hate it.
You look like a burlesque dancer.
I'm wearing a fucking Bioshock shirt. No.
Over Bioshock. Fuck you, I wear Power Rangers.
All the starters were really good, in my opinion.
Team Chespin!
Chespin's awesome. Froaky's good. And that's the one I chose. He chose Chespin, and then all of our other mutual friends chose Fennekin.
Which is why they're wrong and not our friends anymore.
Yeah, that's why they're not in this podcast. I actually have a shiny Fennekin where I was traded randomly, and its name is Gandalf. So, it's really good. Yeah, but this gen has really solid bits. I like all the legendaries. I don't see why people hate Zygarde so much.
I don't either. I like it.
Like, I'm not someone that I never use legendaries on my actual team, except in Gen 4 when I was struggling to beat the Elite Four because I taught all of my Pokemon HMs, so I thought they were the best moves. Welcome to me 4 years ago.
And today.
No, none of my Pokemon are HMs now. That's why I don't get anywhere.
I have level 100 Pokemon in Gym 3.
Yeah, but it was this gen. I honestly didn't really hate anything this gen except for Aromatisse. Because it just looks stupid. Slurpuff and Swirlix. I liked both of them, kind of, but that's about it. And what else? What else was there even this gen? Was there? Oh, that's right. Diancie. When that comes out, no, because we know what that's gonna look like. It's confirmed.
Yeah.
I saw that. I instantly thought of Carbink, which isn't very original.
Have you read the description of?
Yeah, but it's some type of Carbink.
It's a Carbink mutation.
Yeah, and I really when I first saw it, because me and him were playing for like the first 3 hours of X and Y. He had X, I had Y.
But we both bought both.
Yeah. My X is my Nuzlocke game actually.
Oh god, I haven't done the Avatar challenge in so long.
Yeah, me neither.
God.
I have no idea what the fuck I was saying.
Good, I can take my turn.
Okay, go.
By far the best design thing from Gen 6, I almost said 5, are the reveals of the 3 legendary shinies.
Yeah, those are pretty great.
Yveltal looks like a fucking beautiful, majestic son of a bitch. Oh my god.
Harmless with me, you majestic eagle.
Harmless with you, don't you sound like a majestic fucking eagle.
Alright, again, watch Attack on Titan Abridged.
We will put a link for it in the description because it's the best YouTube video ever.
What are you planning to follow suit?
Excellent comeback there, Jaeger Bombast.
What I was going to say is that I like...
It's still my turn! Fuck you!
I liked Carbink when I first saw it, and then I realized it didn't evolve, so I just kind of sat in the box. Yeah, you can go. That's all. That's what I remember. That's what I remember.
Anyways, back to the best Gen 3. 5. There's no best Gen 3. Shiny Greninja takes the cake, though.
Mikasa.
No. Takes the cake. It just looks the coolest. It's got the coolest design. It literally becomes a ninja.
Yeah.
My least favorite designs from Gen 6 are most of the fairies. Aromatisse, Slurpuff. I don't like the way they look. Carbink is a gay Geodude. I mean, nothing against you if you're gay. Some of my best friends are gay. And who gives a fuck what you are? Carbink is a gay Geodude. Mm-hmm. And there was one more. Sylveon!
Sylveon, it's weird. Why is it so much bigger than the other evolutions?
I haven't looked at the sizes.
Like, I'm fairly certain it's actually bigger. And I actually like Flabebe. I like that whole line. Until I realized that you need to go hunting to find the stone to evolve it into Florges, which is the most aggravating thing, because you had to go find it, deep in the game.
Compound eyes. If you get a fainted if you put a Pokemon... Okay. You all can pay attention to this, too, because this will help you if you're going item hunting. The ability Compound Eyes. If it is on your lead Pokemon in your party, it increases the odds of finding a wild held item by a Pokemon to 30%, something like that, around there. All you gotta do is get it fainted and leave it in the front of your party to still get the benefits, and then you can just use whatever in the second slot. Like if you're going for something Example, I go heart scale hunting, and I fish the shit out of all the love discs I can find. Fainted Compound Eyes user in the front, Aegis Slash with False Swipe, Quick Ball, and then I just catch like 50 of them, take the heart scales, and Wonder Trade them.
Aegis Slash needs an award for being an awesome.
Shiny Aegis Slash is beautiful.
Both of them are awesome.
That whole line is beautiful, shiny.
And we already did our mega evaluation of everything, so we can't talk about their cosmetics. We did that in the last vlog.
Although shiny Charizard, shiny Mega Charizard,
Which one?
both of them.
Both of them are awesome. Yes.
All right, we about ready to wrap it up with this?
Yes.
All right, like we said in the beginning of the video, there's a couple announcements. Not many of you give a shit about this, but once I'm done going back through Black and White 2 to get my dragons that I lost through trading, I will be going back to doing the Avatar Challenge. And once I'm done with that, I will let the shiny breeding fuckfest begin and doing a lot of competitive battling. If any of you need help with the national decks, I will touch trade you with what I have. I don't have a whole lot, as funny as that sounds, just because I kept trading everything. 1,000 likes, we're adding another admin, and we'll do another vlog in a couple weeks. Someone asked me the other day, why don't you guys do a giveaway? Because we have 700 likes. Not enough people.
And not many people actually even comment on any of our stuff. It's mainly the same 4 or 5 people.
I mean, don't get me wrong, we love you all, but once we get more people, we'll be doing our first giveaway. I'm thinking once we hit 1,500, I will give away a shiny Turtwig.
Oh, you're gonna. That's the shiny fuckfest, isn't it?
That's going to be one of them.
God.
I have a list. It's upstairs, but I have a list of shit I'm going to shiny breed.
Oh.
That's all from my announcements. You got anything?
I'm gonna be starting my Nuzlocke challenge again soon.
Yeah, no one cares.
Yeah, no, you're right. No one does care.
It's like my Avatar Challenge. No one gives a fuck.
Yeah.
I think that's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent comeback there, Jared. How will you follow suit? Wait, that should go to me, shouldn't it? Because you had the comeback. Watch the Attack on Titan Abridged. We're going to put the link in the description of the video. I'm Torterra.
I'm Shinx.
And we're going away now.